Good evening, this is the Oscar expert here with Brother Bro. The House of Gucci trailer has arrived. It's one of the most anticipated Oscar films of the year, one of the biggest hopefuls. So now that we have a look at this trailer, we're also going to talk about how we think that it could shape up as an awards player. This doesn't look like it's going to be my favorite movie of the year. I think it looks good and enjoyable, and I am excited to see the performances. Like, that's mainly the positive I'd say about it. Beyond that, like, this is definitely more of a flashy movie. These are American actors playing Italians and doing Italian-American accents over the top. I really am looking forward to seeing Lady Gaga in this role since she was absolutely phenomenal in A Star is Born. Adam Driver, like, you can give me anything he's in. He doesn't look like he's the most showy, though. It actually is kind of an interesting performance for him. He seems like he's playing more of a dorky, like, outcast of the family. I'm also really excited to see what Jared Leto is doing here. I mean, the makeup kind of says it all, right? Like, the makeup itself could guarantee him a nomination at the Oscars. Like, you don't even need to see what he's gonna do. I can see the movie giving the people what they want when they come into it. I think the movie is gonna have to be a little bit self-aware because it does seem a little campy with the accents and how it's like sex, loyalty, power. If it's not aware of it, it's going to seem bad. Right?
Yeah.
So, or some people are going to think, oh, it's trying to be campy. And other people are going to think, no, this is just fucking dumb. So it actually might have mixed reactions. I can see a scenario where the movie is almost as bad as like The Counselor. That would be the worst case scenario. Best case scenario, it's like some American Hustle thing where like most people agree that it's kind of like, you know, just fun. You watch for the performances.
I don't think it'll be as bad as The Counselor because I think we're guaranteed good performances. And even if the movie is bad, like the performances will still be good. Like we're literally guaranteed a like best actress ambitious performance from Lady Gaga in here.
Yeah.
And like people are going to like what she's doing, and she looks like she's doing a good job.
I think Lady Gaga could become securely in the best actress race. I'm sure there are people who are watching this wanting us to say that she's going to win. I will say the one thing about the trailer that I would have liked to see more of is just the performances kind of just being. It's very, very cutty trailer, like boom, 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 boom. If we had a sort of like 20-second scene where you just get to see the actors go at it, that's what I would have liked to see. Obviously, I'm going to get that in the movie. Yeah. I can't say for sure if like Lady Gaga's a front runner or anything like that. I do not know that. I don't know. Maybe. But I also think the movie could be a little divisive. This could be a movie where the critics are like kind of mixed on it. And it still could be a movie that gets a lot of nominations because it's going to be a popular movie. Just by Lady Gaga being in it, a lot of people are going to care about it and a lot of people are going to see it. And if it delivers on being entertaining and having good performances, it could get nominations, sure.
Yeah, it's kind of a layup, and it is definitely what I would consider Oscar bait. This movie was packaged very much with the intention of going for awards, and it's going to be very easy for this to pick up awards, even if critics don't really like this movie. Think about Vice. I actually really like Vice, but that received mixed critic reviews, despite getting a boatload of Oscar nominations, including 3 acting nominations. I don't even know if I admire that much about what this film is doing in general. I know it's trying to get a lot of people excited about a thriller kind of film having to do with the Gucci family and like that glitzy lifestyle that we're also obsessed with from reality TV, like brought to life. But I'm not like sold on that. It doesn't like bring me into the theater. I was intrigued from the package of the actors before, and from the trailer, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. Visually, cinematography wise, like I wasn't super impressed. It was sort of what I expected. It kind of looked like All the Money in the World. Honestly, it's not one of my most anticipated of the year, but I know a lot of people are looking forward to this, and it actually seems like it's garnered a lot of attention compared to other films that are going to be in the awards race. A lot of films seem like they're at a distance from like what the audience wants to see, and this one's more in tune with that. I do think it will have an easy time like picking up nominations.
There is a route that I don't want to dismiss where the movie actually is like a little bit of a failure and enough people think so that it can't even get in, because I think this movie can get in to Best Picture with anything above a 55 on Metacritic, like can still like get in.
Yeah.
I can see people going, oh yeah, the Oscars are a joke because they nominate movies like House of Gucci. This could be that movie this year.
I'm sometimes a sucker for this stuff anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I come out like, oh yeah, I just fall for it.
People, I think, who like camp are maybe going to get more out of this movie than the
How
average.
much camp is this? I can't.
I know,
tell.
I can't tell. That's the thing. It's really going to ride
It's
or
not
die.
leaning all the way into it. That's what I know.
It's going to ride or die on how self-aware it is about the campy
I think the
qualities,
actors
I
are
think.
doing it right, but I don't know if like the style is following up. I can't tell because again, the trailer wants you to make you think it's like the serious thing.
So yeah, Lady Gaga, obviously contender. Is Adam Driver a lead actor contender? I'm not convinced that Adam Driver is gonna like need to be nominated for this because it is a little bit goofy and there might be more like serious, intense performances to nominate. It kind of depends on the competition.
I do think he'll be very good, and he wouldn't have that hard of a time squeezing in.
He's,
Adam
like,
Driver is
essential.
always surprisingly good, though.
That is true. Adam Driver
he's
is
often
is really,
surprisingly
really
good.
And there's been the question as to like if Al Pacino or Jared Leto is going to get like the supporting actor hype. I thought it would be Jared Leto because I'm looking at the makeup of the early images and I'm like, clearly the one who's doing the transformation is going to get it. And from this trailer, I'm like, clearly Jared Leto is like doing a lot. Behind the accent and the makeup, you cannot tell it's him. And the Academy loves that.
The makeup's doing 50% of the work. And I'm not trying to say that he's not doing a good job. I think he will actually do a very good job.
The people who don't like Jared Leto are still going to hate him after the movie.
But if you don't have that like resistance to him, I don't know how you couldn't kind of enjoy this.
Al Pacino, Salma Hayek, Jeremy Irons, anybody else, they seem a little bit less. SAG ensemble, the movie is really just begging for that nomination. And then other awards, aside from like picture and actors, I think director might be a little harder for it to get.
I think he's going to direct it kind of like a blockbuster.
Yeah.
And so they're not going to award that more conventional filmmaking. But something like screenplay is definitely more viable. I mean, they adapt it from a true life story and it has lots of like twists and turns kind of thing. I think.
Yeah, the whole like the father, the son, the house of Gucci. I think there are going to be enough lines
enough
like that
funny
that
lines.
are. It'll get in. It's also going to be a fast-paced movie. I think I think editing just makes sense for it.
Yeah.
It just might happen.
Two obvious ones: costumes, makeup.
Oh, yeah.
Costumes
Makeup
because
is-
it's about the Gucci family and their appearance is everything, and they make clothes.
I think makeup is going to be in the winning conversation here. Like, I mean, Jared Leto, you can say what you want about like it not being necessary. Like, obviously, it's not necessary. But if I didn't know who Jared Leto is, I probably wouldn't have known that somebody was in makeup for the role.
If it gets one nomination, it is hair and makeup.
True.
If it's guaranteed anything. And that probably goes ahead of Lady Gaga, an actress.
So that's like 7 nominations I would probably be predicting right now.
I think it seems like a 6 or 7 nomination film.
I'm not saying it couldn't tank, but I'm saying that it might even be critic proof.
Even if critics feel that way, it's going to rally up a certain fan base and group of people. And there's going to be people who are loud about liking this movie, I think. What did you think of the trailer?
Give us all your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing.
Do you like to wear Gucci things?